not recognize what is being sort of hidden by camouflage this week. This will be for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Cancer. Take the messages that resonate with you. Toss the universe what doesn't. It's not meant for you, and that's okay. As you can see, we did a nice smudge and a clearing of your energy. We're going to use the singing bowl nice and quietly because it's quite late where I am at. Peace, love, health, and wealth, Cancer. Oof, a lot of heavy energy. As usual, we are going to do something a little different this week. We're doing the Tower Tarot spread. Don't be alarmed. The Tower can be quite a liberating and positive experience once we kind of deflect from all the negativity that can seem, or the anxiety that can bring up. We'll take a look at what that means for you in just a second, but we're going to take a look at your oracle cards. Look what I got meditating on your energy here this week. Got number 7, into the unknown in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you see a little blindfolded there, a little skeptical of something, and that's part of what the Tower card spread is about to do, is kind of release and sort of bind, release the connections that kept us bound to things, whether people, places, or things in the past. That's what could be coming in for you as well. Spark, finding that inner spark, that inner creativity, something that was you kind of stopped doing in the past that you've loved, a passion that you have could be coming within you this week. What is kind of being taken away is always replaced with something, better. Deep freeze coming out in number 26 in reverse. Again, you're stuck. This is a time to go within and sort of just pause and reflect for you before you kind of brace yourself, is what I feel like, and sort of allow things to kind of be as they're going to be and unfold naturally. So you want to be in stable grounding. You're also stuck in the mud on the bottom of the deck there. So again, stuck in this sort of a sense of the past and sort of trying to rush through healing, I keep hearing. We have God, divine, whoever you call, sustains you at this time. Its message says, as I turn each day over to divine, my worries ease and my resistance softens. In the arms of divine's love, I find inner peace, even in challenging times. Today, my faith provides me with great strength. I welcome all that comes my way, knowing that the love of God sustains me. And you got strength. Look at how beautiful that image is as well. So again, strength is a reiterating message already. Today, I maintain control of my emotions. I rise above self-doubt. I affirm my own power and stand strong in my unshakable truth. Today, I know that I have the strength to overcome anything I encounter. I find my courage in the truth, holding right tight to the force of love. I triumph over fear. I love that for you. You're triumphing. We can get so jaded and hurt from things that we kind of lock ourselves down, and we stop getting, finding new and new adventure or life experience to make us happy. We become stuck, right? It's time to release negativity coming out here as well. That full moon in Scorpio, we do have that full moon on the 12th. It's not in Scorpio. It is in Libra, but that is a powerful energy for you, in a sense, time to release anything that's holding you back, people, places, or things. And then you are good enough. Also a full moon in Virgo energy, powerful sense. So those are part of the intentions. Your self-worth is huge, and it's kind of, you're working on, many things to kind of increase your own self-worth and respect. It's a good energy for you to do. So we're going to take a look at what that Tower spread means. Cards 1 to 4, they're the structure. And it's what foundational sort of beliefs, principles, or structures are being challenged for you. Why they're being challenged. How you can ease this transition. And then number 4 is what's the lesson in this shakeup. Cards 5 to 7 are the lightning strike, release, rethink, and rebuild. So let's take a look at what's coming in for Cancer. What foundational beliefs, principles, or structures are being challenged for Cancer at this time? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for Cancer. What is being challenged for? that Two of Swords coming out here for you. Indecision across, you can't see, you know, the way forward. That is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay, why is that? Why for Cancer? Sun and rising, Venus signs Cancer. Why is the Two of Swords what's being challenged? The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, there's a real sense of money and wealth there that I feel like is causing some restriction there. There's a sense of, you know, I think for some of you, this was the belief that everything was great, that happy life, happy family energy. You know, there was a sense of, this is why it's being stripped away from me, for you to see the truth in something. How can Cancer ease this transition? Again, there's some negativity there that I feel like you need to release. How can Cancer ease this transition? That Five of Swords. Okay. It's a powerful energy for you as well. There's a conflict. I feel like for some of you, this is how you can sort of ease this transition, is just not to give up, but to walk away from a fight. And you're doing it not because you're you know, in the wrong or you're doing anything wrong. You're taking the higher road at this time. And I think it's powerful for you. You know, or you could be the one that's really ready, just standing on guard, ready to fight, you know, but I don't necessarily feel like that's what you would be necessary to ease that transition. What is the lesson in this shakeup for Cancer? What is the lesson in this shakeup for Cancer? That Queen of Wands coming out for you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. The lesson here is to be grounded there in passion and look to what's loyal there for you. I think that's really quite interesting that card comes out. We're going to take a look at the lightning strike now. What is needing to be released for Cancer? What does Cancer need to release? Well, negativity is something and all that. Yeah, that Two of Pentacles, balancing your emotions here, as well as, you know, what you need to release is that sort of controlling that, and the both elements here. I feel like for so long you've been wanting to, you know, have a for sure absolute outcome on something, and that's not been what you've been getting, and that could be why you've been struggling to see the way forward. What does Cancer need to rethink about this situation? What does Cancer need to rethink? We're going to clarify this too and break it all down in a second. We got that Page of Swords coming out, information. Again, standing, you're very much on guard here with all these energies. I feel like, you know, you're waiting for, you know, someone to come. I think this is you sort of thinking your strategy here and how you to approach this situation. Rebuilding. What does Cancer need to do to rebuild? For some of you, this could be a marriage or sometimes, or even employment that you were at for some time that is changing. That Eight of Swords coming out. That's what you need to do. Remove yourself from this restriction. Is causing you more, you know, happy, pain, and good here. We have the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck, as well as that Ace of Cups. Your wish fulfillment is right around, you know, the next corner, right? I feel like whatever's in this lesson for you, Cancer, is a sense of removing yourself from just the restriction, the conflict that you've been going at for some time. I feel like you're in a very heavy energy 24/7, always fighting for, you know, a viable answer to a solution, right? Or a problem here. Can I clarify that Two of Swords for Cancer, please? Can I clarify the Two of Swords? And what you don't see is that this conflict that just sort of keeps repeating itself because you're not sort of taking yourself away from it. It is what is repeating here. Two of Swords, please, for Cancer. that Nine of Wands. Like I said, you're restricted. You're just not kind of ready to peer out from the, you know, the trees yet. You're not seeing something clearly, and that's keeping you stuck. The Tower is coming in to sort of remove what you're not seeing here and sort of give you the confidence to, you know, go forward. Can I clarify that Ten of Pentacles in reverse? And I feel like for some of you, this is just refusing to see. For some of you, this could be literally just you not wanting to see it, so you're just kind of ostrich momenting and putting your head in the sand and just pretending it's not happening, right? You've been doing that for some time. And that's just, you know, the universe is shaking that up. You got the Knight of Cups coming in reverse. So it could be a Don Juan charming energy, somebody that came in for a good time, not a long time energy, because it is Don Juan. It's charming. It's, you know, says all the right things, does all the right things, but it's not long lasting. It is in reverse, so I feel like, you know, they really came in and stirred up, you know, a home life dynamic that you had going on. Can I clarify that Five of Swords? Clarifying the Five of Swords for Cancer. Yeah, that Page of Wands coming out. Okay, so in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but again, there's a sense of information or messages coming in for you. It's conflicting messages. This could also be conflicting messages within yourself, right? That's what you can do to ease your situation. Can you clarify that Queen of Wands for Cancer? What is in this? What is the lesson in this shakeup? Can I clarify that Queen of Wands? The Knight of Pentacles here. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You know, the lesson is to sort of get back on your horse. I want to say get back on your horse and keep going, but there's a sense of getting back up and really working, going forward. That you're getting the strength to do that with this lesson, with the shakeup of whatever's been kind of keeping you stuck. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles, what they need to release for Cancer. We got to the High Priestess in reverse, number 2 as well. So there's 3 2s out here for you, 222, powerful angel number, and also a master number. But this is really a sense of, the way you need to release is that not following your own gut, your own intuition. You know what is, you know, very much, and you just kind of reluctantly ignore it. And that's the Tower is kind of just, yeah, because you just don't want to know what the outcome looks like. Can I clarify that Page of Swords for Cancer? Three of Cups, okay, in reverse. So 3 is a crowd, but this is a sense for me, because it's in reverse. You need to rethink your reason for doing things, your reason for collaborating, your reason for, you know, building and maintaining friendships, or sort of being so restricted in the way you handle friendships. Can I clarify that Eight of Swords, please, for Cancer? I feel like you trusted nobody, and not even as far as you can throw them. It's like you're keeping everybody at an arm's length from you. The Nine of Swords, to clarify that Eight of Swords. Yeah, you need to rebuild from rock bottom, because the Nine of Swords is rock bottom, even though it's in reverse. It's structures. This is why the Tower is coming out for you. You've been restricted in holding on to what you know is inevitably true. You have the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, as well as the flippin' devil, you know, and the Five of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You're not seeing something for what it is, and you're kind of being tempted by the illusory kind of objective, you know, that's being told to you. I don't feel like it has a lot of narrative there other than what you're kind of giving it. And you're ignoring your own, like you said, you don't want to see that this is betraying. You don't understand it, because, you know, it's easier to stay in what you know in the moment. But it isn't really, right? Because at the same time, you know, you can stay where you're at, blindly not want to see the way forward, but who does that hinder at the end of the day? Not anybody else. It keeps you stuck and stagnant, and probably in the end having a lot more pain than you wanted to deal with, right? You know, remember, wisdom comes from experience, right? You have to keep an open mind. Enter this part of your journey sort of with alert eyes, Cancer. Don't assume you know what the territory here, I feel like. So you may not sort of recognize, again, what's hidden in by this camouflage. You know, this is not a time to be careless. I feel like this is a time for you to stop, take a look at what is in front of you. Because there's a sense of underlying betrayal here that I think you already know is happening. It's quite strange. And to have this Nine of Wands to clarify it, you know, again, keeping yourself stuck and stagnant. You're sort of peering behind. You're reluctant to kind of put your foot out there. And that's okay if you're kind of trying to build information or sort of get the feel of what's happening. But for you, some of you, I think it's beyond that. I think you're questioning and your own sort of strength to overcome this. Even in the face of adversity and exhaustion, you will stand tall and strong, Cancer. You're resilient, you're persistent, you're ready to do what it takes to get to the finish line. You just have to keep pushing. You know, don't let others get to you. Don't let this, you know, energy of come in and really kind of break up your Ten of Pentacles, your family life. You know, tens do mark endings and new beginnings. So I feel like this is coming in. Why? Because your structures around family or money or material are needing to be changed here. And the universe is kind of bringing in that just to show you that, okay, yes, this is, you know, you need a course direct, you know, recorrection here in terms of what you know, value about it, life, and what you're kind of putting so much energy into and what you need to change that energy. There's a sort of sulky, jealous energy, somebody allowing them the emotions to get the better of them with this Knight of Cups in reverse. You're not ready to take action yet. I feel like, okay, that's fine. But be careful because, again, the universe is going to push you into that moment. Now, how you can ease this is, yes, by walking away here. You know, not putting up, just knowing when to fight, knowing when to just walk. Because not everything requires you to fight. Not everything requires you to have a, you know, reaction to, right? And I feel like you're learning that. You're taking a step back and you're looking at what you really want to do in this stripping of these. So do you want to fight for what you already know is gone? Probably not. I feel like for some of you, you realize it was not worth the fight to begin with. And that's been a powerful moment of reckoning for you as well. And I like that for you because, you know, I feel like you're at this, you see something that's within you stirring, right? Some anger for some of you that's, pardon me, but you're on an intense spiritual path here. You're preferring to keep it very personal and intimate. And that's why you're walking away, because you don't trust the energies around you. And I feel like for good reason for some of you. They're not worth being trusted. This Queen of Wands, the lesson here is to stand in your own authority, right? Your power, passionate self. And to trust what's loyal to you, right? Your own spirituality here. And it may not become in the form of what everybody else deems as spiritual or religious. This is your own path. And I feel like that's what's necessary here for you to take a look at. This Knight of Pentacles here is, again, the lesson that needs to be, you know, get on that damn horse and go. You know, you don't have to stick it out and pause and sort of ponder and reflect till, you know, hell and high heaven here. You're kind of hardworking and you're persistently starting to go forward. And that's what your sort of lesson is here is, you know, sticking to the things that worked for you in the past will work for you again, just maybe not the right scenario, right? In a different scenario, right? You're a natural planner and leader, so I feel like Cancer, you're able to get through the situation really quickly once you start to see it for what it is. Seeing that this release is going to have some balance, you're going to need to balance head and heart. You know, home life and work life is going to require a balance here that I feel like you are able to see. But it's going to require you to follow your intuition and stop ignoring messages from, you know, your own self, right? And the High Priestess is you know, all your intuition, and you ain't listened to it at this time or haven't been in the recent past. You need to let go of ego and fear here with this energy, okay? Embrace. You have to learn to trust your own intuition, like I'm saying. Go within and listen to what your inner voice is telling you. That's going to help you get an idea of what you need to release on a lot different, you know, grander scale. This Page of Swords says you're going to be conflicted about something. You're on guard here, and you're rethinking your plan about the way, you know, you're allowing people to come at you. That's fine and dandy. Be careful that you're not, again, you know, sort of defending off open opportunities for yourself, right? Collaboration's not your thing right now, and I get that. You're inclined to work on your own. That's what you're doing in your thinking process, because there's not a lot of trust there. I get that. That's fine. But don't keep so isolated that you completely shut off any opportunity to do so in the future. The Eight of Swords is a card of restriction. It could be a self-imposed restriction within your head. You know, you're not seeing the way out of this opportunity. You're not seeing that but that could be, you know, so just what you need to rebuild is sort of, yes, get out of this moment of restriction, this fear mindset that you're in, that you're not going to have anything better than what you got. That you're just kind of going to be stuck in this place of betrayal. And I feel like if this is betrayal, you're taking it quite hard, and I feel like naturally, but it isn't going to define you. It's only refining you, right? This Nine of Swords is you're experiencing that deep inner turmoil, right, as a result of the thoughts and mindset that you have about this Cancer, right? Fear is stripping you of what your life force is. So get a reality check, sort of evaluate what fears are actually warranted here, Cancer, and which are sort of not. Release your limiting beliefs, the crippling fears and self-doubts, and move yourself from being stuck out of the mud and just going forward. Again, you may not recognize what is hidden in the camouflage, but, you know, the last thing you need is to get something locked into something that you're going to regret here, Cancer. So take a hard, long look before you move forward. Until next time, namaste.